portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
3 men are lucky to be alive after a plane crash just off Bimini today. According to online reports, the men were on board a Cessna aircraft heading to Opa-locka, Florida when the plane went down.
Fortunately, Good Samaritans on board a cargo ship were in the area and provided immediate help. We understand that the victims had minor injuries.
A Defense Force officer found himself on the wrong side of the law today.
He was charged in the magistrate's court today with a sole count of attempted rape. Jimmy DeSwain fills us in.
23-year-old Kennedy Vaughn Francis of Colony Village made his first appearance in the South Street Magistrate Court Monday. He was charged with the sole count of attempted rape before Chief Magistrate Joyanne Ferguson Pratt. According to court documents, the Marine is accused of attempting to have sexual intercourse with a 78-year-old female without her consent. That incident is alleged to have occurred on July 3rd. The accused, who was not represented, had nothing to say after the charges were read, nor did he react to the charge. Francis was not required to enter a plea to the charges. He was also denied bail and remanded to Her Majesty's prisons. He is expected back in court on September 30th, where a voluntary bill of indictment will be served. Jimmy DeSwain, ZNS Network News.
Well, it's preparing to be an historic event. The HMBS Flamingo exhibit by noted artist Keishan Monroe officially opened at the Senate building today, and government leaders were among those viewing.
Now, among them, the nation's leader, family members of the fallen four, and some of those brave men who survived the tragic ordeal. Clint Watson has more.
For the first time in history, the hallowed walls of the Senate will not bear portraits of the European monarchy, but instead will portray a story in Bahamian history that pays tribute to the courage and strength of Bahamian Defense Force officers who were aboard the HMBS Flamingo that ill-fated day when the Bahamas was under attack by Cuban fighter jets and the boat sank, killing 4. Senate President Sharon Wilson happened to be in the seat of authority at what appeared to be the right time for this sacred story to be told in a place that could honor it no less. She says the exhibit is a fulfillment of a greater vision.
That vision is one whereby these hollowed walls should henceforth be used through art to create a consciousness of the truth of our Constitution, that our freedom will only be guaranteed by principles including national commitment to self-discipline, industry, loyalty, and unity.
Addison Keishan Monroe personally met with survivors of the vessel to capture their personal account in order to paint the portraits. The experience transformed his life, and so he's hoping that viewers will have the same encounter.
It's all about commitment, all about that communal spirit in order to get this history out, in order to continue our legacy, our cultural legacy, where we can produce more than just pictures of boats and poinciana trees, where we can really delve deep into our culture and tell our story with our own voices and let it be amplified with our own institutions.
Survivors and family members of the deceased were presented with prints of the themed portrait, some with tears in their eyes, accepted with great emotion, but proud that the nation has not forgotten. Prime Minister Perry Christie says we must never forget the stories of Bahamians.
It is really representing itself to be this point in our history where we are putting to permanent record what took place. He has been able to institutionalize the sacrifice of the men who died.
Senate President Sharon Wilson perhaps said it best when she said freedom really isn't free, and these pictures here on display are a constant reminder of the sacrifices made. Following this display, they'll be placed in the L.J. Mortimer Maritime Institute on West Bay Street. Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.
Pet owners, listen up. Distemper is on the rise.
And yesterday, it was all about the Beat Retreat. We'll take you to Roslyn Square. The Bahamas Tonight continues after this.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.